Welcome back to another episode of the Day After Podcasts.
What's up, guys? Who wants to be famous?
Yeah,
Yeah, so both of us really enjoy the Total Drama franchise, except for Total Drama Rama. We don't acknowledge that one. We pretend it doesn't exist. In fact, there's a bit of a part of me that still believes that it doesn't exist, and that's just like a fever dream.
yeah,
But because the new reboot Total Drama is out, well, not in English yet, as the time of recording. Uh, we thought we would celebrate, the characters that we have met in the past. We separated from OG Tribe and the new area, so like the original cast. Basically, I know we have Alejandro there, but like we're talking like the original core cast, and
yeah.
then
The
the
first
people they
three
introduced.
seasons, I think a lot of
Yeah,
people kind of refer to those as, the original people of Survivor. Of Total Drama
yeah.
coming to Survivor. But I should also, say, we're recording this because I will not be able to be recording the episode 11 review of Survivor when it comes out. So this you guys are getting this content right now until we're able to finally record that one, and then the week after we'll be right back into continuing the recaps. But yeah, lucky for you, I'm not going to be able to be there, so you guys get another Brantsteele here.
Yeah, it's been a while. The last one we had was literally over a month ago, and it
Yeah,
was April Fool's Day, and that one didn't count. This one will though, and it's one we talked about for a while now.
yeah, we've had this
Um,
cast list for a long time. I had to like look through like our messages like really deep to
I had to
find this
forget.
list.
I I was candid with Joe in the beginning and was like, I didn't recheck my list before I came here, so like I thought I picked Alejandro. Turns out that wasn't the case. I know like a few people that I did choose, but like I'm foggy on whom else I chose. But yeah, I love the Total Drama franchise. I remember it coming out and it was being like a huge hit. Like I was addicted. It was around the same time where I started getting into Survivor 2. So like this was like, oh, like a Survivor content that was like very similar, but also like, a cartoon, which I
Yeah.
enjoyed.
Yeah, I don't know how, but I watched this way before I watched Survivor, and I loved this. I thought I loved Total Drama, and somehow I never made the maybe I should go watch Survivor.
You
So
know, we all discover things in our own time.
yeah, and then when I did watch Survivor, I was like, wow, this is a lot like Total Drama. I'm enjoying it. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, definitely
And
definitely glad to finally have watched it. But yeah, it was not the immediate click. So this, in a weird way, is my first kind of go into that kind of elimination reality show format. So
even though, it's all scripted, but
Mhm.
this one for sure is scripted because, voice actors and cartoons and stuff.
When I was a kid, I legit thought that every week, like people like the fans were the ones deciding who is going home. I don't know how my brain, like kid brain, thought that.
We were young.
Yeah,
We
I
were
was
young.
young, so I was like, yeah, and that's why I thought, that's why Owen and Gwen ended up making it to the end because I felt like they were the big fan favorites, so I was like, of course they got to make it to the end.
Yeah. Also, like, so like they made it pretty obvious that Owen was going to win
Mhm.
because like in the first trailer it was like, oh, who's going to win this? Will it be the hot girl? Will it be the pretty boy? Will it be the nice guy? Probably not this guy. And then it showed Owen, and then I'm like, well, you kind of just made it very clear that he's going to win this, by
Yeah,
not saying that and then having him as like the face of it, because
yeah,
Cartoon Network did a thing where they took a main character and had the title next to it, and I'm like,
yeah.
you just confirmed that Owen won basically
Yeah.
without
Well, if
full
you also
out
look
saying
at his character design, he has the maple leaf, the Canadian maple leaf on his shirt, and then,
yeah.
it's made in Canada. So they basically like just were like, oh, we like this character, let's give him the basically what's going to represent us as as a country. We should probably have that person win that season, win the inaugural season.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah,
But yeah, Owen's a fun guy, but
yeah,
we will get to him in a sec. Now
yeah.
let's start introducing some of these people. So take it
Okay.
away, Joe.
Okay, first up, we got, in my opinion, one of the best villains of total drama, like by a country mile. I think that he was just good. He's, the Latson lover. He's a great strategic mastermind. We got
Mhm.
Alejandro, who makes his debut in World Tour as the rival to Heather. Heather is maybe the one exception who's not on this cast, but that's because she has been in so many of our
Yeah.
Brantsteele. So I was like, I don't want to bring her back. She also has kind of not been so good the last couple of times out. So we're trying to get new people in here, but yeah, we'll see how Alejandro does. Expect him to be flirting with all the girls on both
Hmm.
tribes. And yeah, I love his relationship with Owen also. It's
Oh
so
yeah.
it's so good because you can just tell he has so much despise for him, but he knows he can't show it.
No, no. Like, Alejandro is a very deceptive player, even in All Stars. By the way, this is going to contain a lot of spoilers if you
Yeah,
haven't watched the Total Drama franchise. Even in All Stars, he did this whole thing where, so basically at the end of World Tour, he gets burned by lava, and then he's put into this robot suit. And apparently, even though it was like an end credit scene, no one else in the cast, despite waiting a year, realized, wait, that's Alejandro in there. And so it begins with them being like, okay, we just have this random robot with us. But, I digress. And then when he finally comes out of it, his legs are too weak for him to walk because he hasn't used his legs in a while.
yeah,
Thing is, he plays that up for so long, and just walks on his hands because he's that talented. And yeah, I think and so like he deceived everyone that whole time. He left Cameron to die, basically. Yeah, Alejandro, I think, is the best villain ever on the show.
yeah.
Just hands down.
Yeah, exactly. So definitely someone to look out for as potentially the antagonist of this season. Whole drama always has that one antagonist who makes it really deep into the season.
Mhm.
We'll see if Alejandro will make his claim here with that.
Yeah. All right. Next up, who drafted them?
You have her.
All right. So next up, we have Bridget, and she was in the original season, and she got about to the halfway point. She had a budding relationship with Jeff, who is this big party bro guy. And, she was like one of the morally right characters on there. She was a bit of a klutz, but that wasn't really as much of a downside or a character flaw as some of the other people. She was one of the more normal contestants, and she stuck up to her morals even against Heather. Yeah, she was one of the heroes of that. And even though the next two seasons she was in, she did terrible. She and Jeff got eliminated first, but that was also because they were like, oh, we want to do these aftermath shows to kind of stretch out and fulfill these what is it? Fill out the order of episodes we got with a smaller cast. But it
Yeah,
was cool kind of like seeing her do stuff. And then Alejandro actually should seduced Bridget and caused a ripple effect that made Jeff jealous and also like, oh, Bridget doesn't love me anymore. And so, Bridget had to do damage control for that and like really had to prove that she loved Jeff again.
yeah,
Yeah. And Bridget, you know, I also needed a blonde. Not that was a running I got better at not always bringing blonde people. But
yeah,
uh she's
yeah.
one of the better blondes that Total Drama
Yeah,
has had.
another person I think we're missing here on this cast is Lindsay. I think Lindsay would have also been a good pick for the blondes. Someone who
Yeah.
almost was supposed to win total drama action, but her voice actress could not be there for the final few episodes shoot dates, so they had to change her. So so yeah, there's
which which is kind of sad too, because like, she does terrible the next two times, progressively worse. Didn't make the merge, and then the first one eliminated in Total Drama All Stars, which
yeah.
actually was a surprise to me because I thought she was actually going to win that one.
Yeah, it seemed like if they were planning to have her win a season, like you think that they would have made it up later, but
Nope.
nope. They said you're actually going to be in less episodes
Yeah.
overall.
Oh well. But yeah, I like Bridget, and I think she's going to be a good addition to the team.
Nice, nice.
All right, next up, I'm pretty sure I brought Cody.
Yeah,
Uh, I feel like if there's like two total drama characters that I relate to the most, and they're both on this tribe. The first one being Cody. He's the big nerd. He crushes over the one girl and it's just completely unrequited. And he tries to play the cool guy sometimes, and then it backfires a lot. Um, he is, like he didn't make it too far in the first one, but he was a big fan favorite, regardless of that. And then when he came back for World Tour, he made it to the final three. Granted, some people thought he was kind of carried there because he was just kind of there,
yeah,
but he provided a lot of fun entertainment and stuff. And like, him just being a good guy, really helps, balance everything out in a season where World Tour had a lot of like villains or kind of like people had crappy moments. Like even if they weren't like a villain in the season, people did some crappy things in that.
yeah. I think we're both kind of the Cody type.
Yeah.
If we had to put ourselves in a person for total drama, um, yeah, Also, fun fact in World Tour, everyone was supposed to sing songs. Like that was like a whole gimmick of
Yeah.
it. But his voice actor couldn't sing, and it was sounded so bad that they literally like don't have him sing until he has a small little part in his boot episode of that. But like they literally just were like, "Don't worry, you're not gonna sing." So
And
it's
a thing
could have
where
been
Jeff
eliminated.
flat out said, "Hey, if you don't sing in the episode, you will go home."
Yeah,
But I guess like that is like I would say that's the only problem I do have with Total Drama World Tour was the fact that that was like a big continuity error that they did.
yeah,
But I love the season. I think the season of like the fact that they had like a musical and stuff was a really cool idea. It
yeah.
might have turned some people off, but like man, the song slapped,
Oh yeah,
and
no, they
also
were great. It's like I think that elevated the season personally. I think if you take out the songs,
yeah,
I think it would be below Total Drama Island the first season. But with them, I put it as the best season.
I agree. I agree. Just yeah, fantastic, fantastic season. And Cody was a part of it, and I was super happy that he made it at least the final three. So yeah,
Exactly. So nice. We'll see how Cody does here. He does have Sierra to carry him this time, so he's gonna have to forge a path on his own. Okay, next up we got Courtney, who is another
that's
person who should have won one of the seasons that she's been a part of. Okay, she she is a great villain. uh she's yeah, I mean, I just enjoy her dynamic, especially with the next person we're about to talk to as well, Duncan.
yeah.
Like the two people that she has the biggest relations with, we're going to be talking about right after this, so
Yeah. Uh,
uh
yeah.
yeah.
You can keep on talking about it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I really wanted All Stars to be Courtney versus Scott. That was what I wanted for All Stars. I think that would have been a more interesting dynamic. I think that their different relationships would have been really good. It would have been cool to actually see potentially Courtney like almost give up a win in a way. Like I know that there's like they always do two different winners. So if you make it to the final, you're a winner
Yeah.
of regardless. Like they just kind of consider both winners. But to have like that route of maybe she helped Scott's even when it seems like she should be the one doing it. I think that there could have been some really fun kind of situations with her either helping Scott or not helping Scott's avenues instead of Mike having his whole whatever's going on in his head thing.
Yeah. Uh, well, I mean, if we want to talk about All Stars, All Stars was a very mixed season. Now, I like Mike a lot, but I will say that it became the Mike show basically with
Yeah,
Mal and stuff. Wait, did we cast Mike in this one or no?
he did.
All right, we'll get to him later. But when it came to like All Stars, I really thought, and so did so many other people, thought we were going to get an OG tribe member and then someone from Revenge of the Island because
Yeah,
that just kind of made sense, kind of balanced everything out. But we didn't get that,
yeah,
and then that kind of like threw me off. And I thought Courtney amongst it also didn't help that a lot of the OG tribe were already winners or in the finalists.
yeah.
So I was like, well, Courtney was like one of the only other options from the old school tribe to really, have the possibility to win.
Mhm.
And, she was great in her first season. I wasn't a big fan how she kind of Karened her way into the next season midway through. I wish it was a part of that cast from the beginning, but they just I
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
I think it was a good way to make her super hated. At
Yeah.
the end of the day, it's like professional wrestling. If you're supposed to be a villain, you do not want people to necessarily like you as a villain. You kind of honestly want people to hate you because that's what really can drive, entertainment. You want the villains to be hated so that way the good guys can kind of come out at the end and make a win here. So.
Yeah.
I think it was fine. They also it was a smaller cast, so I was okay with coming in. A little unfortunate for Justin, who I think was a good villain, who because Courtney kind of comes in, they had to kind of make him look like an idiot for an episode to get rid of
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
um but yeah, no, I enjoy her. She's a camp counselor, and she let
CIT.
CIT, and she lets everyone know that in every episode.
Yeah. Another fun fact about like Courtney too, for those who haven't watched the show. So Courtney and Duncan, and we'll get more into Duncan and Gwen in a bit, but they were kind of like a showmance in the first season and kind of in the second season as well. And then third season, so Gwen and Duncan really vibed a lot together. And, for the first two seasons, it was just friends. Season
Mhm.
three, they had a little smooch session, and Courtney and Duncan were still like a couple. And that led to a huge blow up between Courtney and Gwen's friendship because this was the first time they were on, the same tribe or team to really interact with each other, and they really vibed well.
Yeah.
And then, the mister became before the sister, and then the sisters, well, what, yeah, I don't know how sisters break up, but like, but like, they became, they were no longer sisters. She was like, no, Gwen, you're a boyfriend, Sealer. And it led to Gwen's elimination. And then they have a redemption arc in the very next season,
Yeah, All
which I thought was
Stars.
cool.
One of the big stories besides the Mike storyline was the mending of the relationship between Courtney and Gwen. That's kind of like the B storyline, the second most important storyline for the whole season. So I'd probably say that these three that we're kind of now starting to talk about a little bit of all of them. I think that they're almost like main characters of the total drama of just it feels like their storylines are always most important. Even though Courtney, she's a pre-merge boot in first season, she feels like a main character. Like she
Yeah,
has a lot of screen time from her time out there.
exactly.
Similarly to some how sometimes Survivor will have a really important pre-merge, like late pre-merge boots. And they'll give a bunch of screen time. They kind of did the same thing here with Courtney, where they gave her a lot of screen time, even though she doesn't make it super far.
Yeah. Um, but that's also because, Harold cheated and
Yeah.
got her eliminated. And, they just production just kind of rolled with it. I know it's a cartoon, but like production was like, yeah, Courtney's gone. So
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah. Okay, guys, if you're out there applying for Survivor, you get on the show. You got to switch the urn and put in different parchments, you know?
Bold strategy. Let's see. It's a very bold strategy.
Yeah.
Uh,
It either is going to work or you're going to get ejected from the game.
I feel like if you try to pull shit like that, I don't think they'd even dignifies a. Well, I think if you peek inside and see who voted, that's a big no-no. And then like, no, I think you do get eliminated. But if you just dump them out without seeing, they'll be like, "The fuck you trying to do?"
Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, that's Courtney. We got a few more people who we've already talked a little bit about, but yeah, we got Duncan, who is a juvenile delinquent, who even though he has this really tough exterior, he actually is a really softy inside. Going so far as to when he sees one of his teammates, DJ, uh, have his like pet bunny rabbits is like gone, he goes out of his way to find a new bunny rabbit for DJ, so that way DJ can feel better about not losing his little buddy. And Courtney sees this, and that's actually what causes their relationship to truly bloom. Is seeing kind of the good guy side of Duncan.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of weird how he was on the villains tribe when he first started. Yeah, he has done some villainous things, but like more often than not, people would associate him with being a good guy. And you know, we're jumping ahead to All Stars, but like that drove him crazy when he did actually get replaced to be on the heroes tribe on there. And
Mhm.
like he just had a whole thing like, yeah, I'm bad. Yeah, I'm bad. And he literally blew up Chris McLean, the host house, just because he just wanted to be, shown as the bad boy.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think that's another case,
yeah,
in my opinion, of total drama all stars. I think ruining a character. I think it was a huge derailment of his character was that need for it. I just think that I think it made it so that way I don't think they can really bring Duncan back fully anymore because of what they did in that season.
well,
Um,
some of these characters are potentially dead. So,
yeah, they have moved forward quite a bit. So if we see these characters in the new season, by the way, they're going to be old. They're going to be 15.
older.
Yeah, they're going to be 15 years older, so they're going to be in their like 30s.
Well,
Or
to let you guys know why I said some of them might be dead. It's not because of old age or anything. So at the end of the finale challenge, there was a thing where, oh, you can get returning care, or you can
yeah,
basically get people that were eliminated that season to help you out in the final challenge. And what they did was they filled up balloons and had them float around. The balloons were not tied to anything. And so after the four contestants that were chosen, or the four contestants that were free from the balloons, the other contestants floated into the sun and floated away ominously
yep,
to die unless proven otherwise. And Duncan and Courtney were amongst those two,
yeah. So,
unfortunately.
So yeah, who knows? Total drama. They probably were fine, but I think it's just another one of those cases of I think total drama went too far. Like the reason the first season was so good was it was cartoony but realistic. Like there's a
Yeah,
level of realism that they were still trying to play with, and at a certain point, they just threw that side out and was like, "Let's be as crazy and stupid as we can be, and not think about repercussion."
yeah, yeah. But regardless, Duncan also he has one of the more impressive records, especially out of this tribe. One of the most impressive records. Like he did win or made it to final two in one of his seasons. Made
Mhm.
it to final four, made it to final five, made it to final eight. So like out of everyone except Alejandro, but like if we're talking like from the original cast, Duncan has the best track record.
Mhm. Yeah, true. He's make always makes it very far. I know that he was based off of Lex Vandenberg from Survivor.
Yeah,
So
yeah, even as a Mohawk, which Lex did have, and at the end of All Stars, what he did. Yeah, it is a huge parallel.
exactly, exactly. So yeah, we'll see how Duncan does if he's gonna be able to work with Courtney and Gwen, or if their love triangle is going to be even more complicated than we saw in the season.
We'll see. We shall see.
Okay. Next up, another person of mine. We got Gwen, who is one of the original winners of Total Drama. And yeah, she's, the goth girl who basically went out there not really thinking that she is going to do anything, like kind of but then, she's like, I guess I'm here. I may as well try to win.
Yeah,
And becomes kind of the antithesis of the villain of the season, Heather. Where Heather is, your typical moon girl, popular girl. Gwen is
Moon Girl.
what?
You said Moon Girl.
I said mean girl.
I heard Moon.
I said mean 100%.
You're gonna play this back and
Okay.
hopefully feel very foolish.
Okay, you can, yeah, I'll play it back and I'll send you the clip of me saying mean. Okay.
Say Moon. Anyway, Mean Girl.
I, Ryan Wayne, am wrong, and I admit it.
I digress.
Yeah. So yeah, Gwen is, the loner who kind of is off on her own most of the time. And yeah, doesn't really care about what other people think of her. Which, obviously is different than what a mean girl would be thinking, or they are wanting people to think a certain way about you. And so that always kind of drove Heather up the wall, or clearly they we're never going to see eye to eye about pretty much anything.
No, no, no. Gwen, she was definitely my favorite from season one. And
Mhm.
also because, like, me back then, I mean, we all appreciate a nice goth lady. Um, and, like, I don't know if you did this, but, like, when I looked at the website, like, I read literally everyone's bios, and, hers, she was a very well written character, had a nice backstory. She had a lot of funny moments. Throughout the show, facing a serial killer and not really knowing it, and then ended up winning that challenge by pretty much punching him in the face. And he's like, "Ow, no!" And then he runs away. Uh, we did get some diminishing goods for the next two seasons she was in when pre-merge uh, was like the fourth person eliminated in Total Drama action, and then just like a few episodes before the merge for Total Drama World Tour. But thankfully for All Stars, and this is one of the highlights, we did see Gwen make it further in the game, and it was so nice and kind of a breath of fresh air because she was such a pivotal person in the season or in the series, especially season one.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I was definitely rooting for her. Yeah, yeah. So I was really I enjoyed season one, especially because I do think that they had a really good two winners of the season, and I think that that's almost the case where I judge honestly it's the seasons by how good their winners are as well, because I if it, like season one and season three I think had great winners for them. Season two, I mean, I think Duncan
A
was good.
mix.
but
I'm mixed.
I think Beth should have won it all.
I mean, I feel like I did appreciate how they fleshed out a lot more of the like minor characters from season one in that regard.
yeah,
And I feel like Beth, we got to see her do more of her, what is it? We got to see more of like her being more assertive and whatnot.
yeah, yeah.
But
But man, if I made a top 30 full drama characters, she's not even in that top 30.
maybe,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
I don't know.
So,
But yeah, we all love Gwen. So,
yeah, yeah. So yeah, let's move on now to the next one is yours. You got the next
all
three.
right. We have Izzy, E-Scope, Kaleidoscope. We have Izzy. Now, she was the crazy lady, the crazy wilderness lady that came into the island. First thing we see, she's water skiing, and then, she goes chin first onto the dock, and, she's just crazy wild child. And she didn't get eliminated her first time, even though it was like pointing to her being eliminated. But, she just hung out on the island and avoided elimination and basically went back into the game. And something similar happened the second time around where she was like, oh hey, yeah, they put down the wrong name to eliminate me. So technically speaking, I was not eliminated. And they put up for that for like an episode or two before they eliminated her again. But yeah, she's another character kind of had diminishing goods, but she was a fun character to have on the season. She also had a showmance with Owen, and that was fun. They made a good couple, and yeah, also Izzy. There's a character on the show called Chef Hatchet, and she would have a rivalry with Chef, and like they would fight and stuff like that.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Izzy, yeah, she's the crazy character that she does have a relationship with Owen for a good chunk of the early parts of this of the show. But she ends up in season three becoming super intelligent. She ends up like hitting her head and pretty much gets like indoctrinated with into the army, or so that way they can use her brain to to basically help them with all of their whatever they need for. So yeah, she's always just has this craziest things that go on in the season, like yeah, her fighting Chef Hatches over and over again. It's like it's almost like every season they were like, okay, how do we get these two to fight each other at some point?
Yeah, always such a great entertaining character whenever she was able to be on screen.
Yeah,
All right. Next up, we have Lashana, which I would say is the biggest slap in the face that she did not get into All Stars.
yeah,
Because like main character for the first two seasons, and like, third, made it pretty far. She could have potentially won the very first one. Like, I feel like there was a possibility that she was going to win that one, if not Gwen.
yeah,
Um, and then when it came to total drama action, she had more of an arc in that where it was, I would say, more because like in Total Drama Island, she was always there and she was butting heads with Heather. But like for personal stories, she kind of had a little bit one with Harold, but that was like 10 seconds really. But
mhm,
they really fleshed her out in Total Drama Action. We did see her faults. We did see her lie to her friends to try and get a reward challenge, and then her wanting to regain her team's trust. Um, and then it kind of got flushed away with Alejandro. Lashana was a victim of Alejandro in that. Actually, we have three of Alejandro's victims all on this team.
yeah, yeah. He's gonna have an uphill battle, I think. He's got to do some damage control.
Yeah. But like Lashana, I still feel like they should have brought her back for All Stars at least because like she was such an important character the first two seasons. And it did suck that she did get eliminated really early on in uh World Tour.
Yeah,
But yeah, she is like one of the OG's heroes and one of the best characters on there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll see how she does. I'm rooting for her. I think she's always been fun every time she's been out there. So yeah, that's Lashana.
All right. Next up, we have Noah. Now, Noah is another character I relate to in the sense where he is a smartass. Um, we get that from like early on and stuff. And he has a very fun dynamic with Owen. So, like their first season, like they were hanging around each other a lot, but Noah got eliminated in the third challenge. Like, so he didn't get fleshed out, but he was still kind of liked. He didn't participate in action, but they brought him back for World Tour. They gave him a lot more lines, stuff like that, and then they had a fun like buddy dynamic between him and Owen that was so great that when Total Drama did a spin-off, The Redonkulous Race, which is basically The Amazing Race, these two were returned as a duo in that, and Noah had finally gained like a principal character role and had one of the best, kind of like showmances in the show. It was fun. It was kind of fun also seeing him in Redonkulous Race being like, being a bit more fleshed out and showing different levels of stuff. Great character in my opinion. And so I'm glad as the years progressed, he got more screen time.
Yeah, I agree. I think first season, I think he was kind of forgettable, at least in my opinion. Like I kind of almost when I saw him for World Tour, I was like, who is he again? Like, oh yeah, he was the guy who slept next to Cody and was
Ah!
went on his ear. Yeah, that was all I could really remember. But yeah, like his World Tour, I started really liking him in it. I was really upset when he goes home in that season. And yeah, I was rooting for him as well in Redonkulous Race. Helps that he was paired up with Owen, who is, in my opinion, the best total drama character. So I was obviously rooting for him, but yeah, I think I think they figured out more about how they wanted to use Noah the further they kept going.
Yeah. And I'm glad it happened. Like, because as we've seen with like even Survivor, really, because the first two seasons that he played and going pre-merge and also not being utilized in action, uh, like he could have been someone that could have been easily just tossed away. But when they did Redonkulous Race, they were like, nah, Noah. They know what they were doing.
Yeah.
That was terrible. But
Yeah, I'm excited also to see if he ends up talking to someone on the other tribe. His relationship with Emma. Emma is also in this game, so we'll see if they end up making googly eyes with each other later in the season.
probably. All right. Well, you have the honors of the last contestant.
Yes, the first I'd say true winner because he's the winner of our version, the American version. We got Owen, who is basically a parody of Chris Farley, who's just this big over the top, party guy, who he's farting, he eats a lot, he is just the craziest things that they can do. Basically, they're trying to have Owen do it. It's yeah. I mean, I think he's the comic relief of the show for the most part. Like he adds so much comedy to literally every scene that he's a part of.
Very much so. Yeah, like Owen was such a fun guy to have around. You know, he was someone where he was always a lot of punchlines, a lot of things, he had a lot of misfortune a lot of the time too.
Yeah.
The dude got into some crazy situations. Uh, he got pushed out of a plane without a parachute, but he managed to tank it and survive basically. The dude, he's just funny. He only had like one thing where, oh, like he came back on the show to be a saboteur, but even then, like, wasn't a, nothing really bad. He was just doing it because his family needed the money.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but Owen, such a fan favorite. If it wasn't for him, I'm not sure quite how Total Drama would do. And it
Yeah.
was a little, I'm glad we did get to see him in Total Drama All Stars as a, like a fun little cameo. But yeah, he was like, he's the OG winner because up in Canada, he won too. And like, Owen is like, he is synonymous with Total Drama.
Yeah, it's crazy that he wasn't brought back for All Stars. Like and honestly, I think we're doing All Star Total Drama way better now because I think we got a lot more of the people who definitely should have been here in it. So yeah, I think I think we can say screw how they did it. We're gonna do it one step better here in our brand
This
steel.
is canon.
Yeah.
This is canon. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
time
right.
to if you lose, we are going to shoot you out of a cannon, the cannon of shame. And
No, in
then
All Stars they did the toilet. Canon of Shame was Patakeo.
yeah, Podakeo. But yeah, that does it here for the OG tribe. Let's move on now to the new era tribe.
Yeah, and basically what we did for this one, uh, you see some Redonkulous race characters. In fact, we see four in total.
Mhm.
Um, Basically, it was anything after the first three seasons,
Yeah.
including Redonkulous Race, because Redonkulous Race and like that little divide of like older seasons versus newer seasons was the best out of everything post Total Drama World Tour. Um, yeah, so to kick things off, we are going to go with Dawn, who was in Total Drama Revenge of the Island. Now, she was my favorite going in. It's blonde. Um, what can I say? Also, she is based off of Luna Lovegood, which is my favorite Harry Potter character. And so, like, I was definitely rooting for her going into this. She is magic. She is legit magic. And yeah, she loves nature and stuff like that. She uh, found because they did introduce an individual immunity idol in her season. She did find an idol, but it was a fake one.
Yep.
So, but like she is very resourceful. I think she was the only one other than Scott that was actually out looking for it either. But
Mhm.
like, yeah, I feel like if it wasn't for Scott sabotaging his entire team, which I'm like, this guy, it really made me sad because his team had a lot of great people. Um, and Don, unfortunately, was one of the uh, one of the collateral damage of that guy's plan.
Yeah. Yeah. Scott was the person I was also considering bringing back. But I needed to bring someone from Pocatello Island because I just hadn't brought any. I'll be honest, that is the worst season, in my opinion. So that there's a reason why out of the three seasons here, that one only has two candidates on this, whereas the other two seasons each have four.
I mean, we'll get to Pocatello Island when we introduce
Yeah,
someone because like I have opinions on that
yeah,
season.
yeah.
But yeah, I feel Revenge of the Island I thought was overall good. Um,
It had its ups and its downs. Uh,
yeah,
Whereas I think like season one and season three had I think a lot of high highs and very low, like there's very few lows ever in those.
yeah.
That one had like, wow, this is a good episode. Oh wow, now this episode's bad. Oh, this episode's good. No, this one's not good. Like it
No,
was.
I kind of put it above Total Drama Action.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think they're kind of close. I'd
Well,
say
I
that.
mean, like for me with Total Drama Action, even though there was like fun stuff, what bothered me was the amount of elimination episodes and stuff like that. It was just kind
Yeah.
of like it really felt
Yeah.
they were stretched thin. While
I
this
feel
one,
like though the thing is with action is, I mean, it's hard for these 13 episode seasons to actually be better than the longer ones because you get a lot of character development. You get
yeah,
a lot of good story that gets to be built in like a total drama action, whereas they have to speed through so many things. There's a lot of people who don't really get really shown in Revenge of the Island, Piketelio Island, like all those ones
yeah,
that if they had more time, I do think that Revenge Island would be like definitively better, but because it didn't, I feel like I can't really do. I'd still probably say action like had a slight nod.
yeah. But yeah, Dawn's a great. Dawn was definitely a highlight for me from Revenge of the Island.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. We'll see if she can fare better in this than her original season.
She better Brantsteele, or we're
Yeah.
gonna be throwing hands.
Okay. Next up, we got Emma from Redonkulous Race, and she is one of the people who I really want to see on an actual Total Drama Island season, because she was great. She was super entertaining. Her like need to win. She's basically like another Courtney in a way. Like she's very competitive. She gets into a relationship but doesn't really want to be in the relationship because she wants to win so bad. But yeah, no, she's a lot of fun. Her sister Kitty is always trying to have her, be less competitive, but now that Kitty's not here, I mean, Emma's going to be, I think, fully in it to win it.
Yeah, I liked Emma, or should we say Emma from Redonkulous Race? Fun fact: if you didn't see the cast names of Total Drama Island 2023,
Mhm.
they did another character whose name is Emma. I don't know who was in charge of that or if they forgot, but I mean, two people can share the same name, but when you have a show that doesn't really show last names, kind
Yeah.
of important. But no, Emma was a great addition to it. And if we're comparing her to Courtney, I would say it Emma is Courtney, but remove all the villain elements out of her.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and then also, and we're talking about the longer episodes, like Redonkulous Race, even though it had like 28 people, it still had time, or more than that, actually. I think I forget how many, but it was a lot.
Yeah.
But like she was able to shine in that season. Um, and her and Kitty were a great duo. And then also like the love story between her and Noah. She
Mhm.
was smart. Her and Kitty made it to Final Four. They were a fun team and they were very capable. And I don't know, I feel like Emma I would like if they do show like some of the OG characters or like even the people from Pacateo or um Revenge of the Island, kind of
Mhm.
see like, oh, this is them kind of grown up. I would love to see Emma and Noah together and be like, hey, uh, they got married.
Yeah, yeah. They got their own reality show.
Yeah. Or I don't know. I feel like I just want more total drama content as
Yeah.
long as it's not them as babies.
Yeah,
Uh
yeah. If you want to age them up, which they're pretty much going to have to now because of the how what they're doing now with the whole season.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. Like, let's see these characters as 30 year olds now. Like let's do it. Let's have. I would love it if this next season they have like the older people that are now like in their 30s playing against the some of the people from this new season. Like that would be
Yeah.
fun.
We'll see. We'll see. I know people have been loving the new season. I do my best to avoid any spoilers.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been getting recommended like clips. I'm like, please stop recommending me these.
Yeah, that was also we'll get to Pacateo in a bit, but like pretty much the entire season was spoiled for me because of the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah,
Um, but anywho, yeah. Uh, Rianko's race was really great, and Emma was a big part of that, and one of the best characters they introduced in that.
definitely, definitely. Okay, how about you talk about another redonkulous race character?
All right. Next up, we have from the Goth team from Redonkulous Race. They were in seventh place. We have Ennui. And basically, it was Ennui and Crimson. They were a couple, a goth couple. And, they were monotone to talk like this. But they were so fun to watch. And like they were edgy, and someone that likes edge, I thought they were pretty cool. And they actually have a really great episode. And it's funny enough, the one where all their like makeup and stuff comes off and everything, they get ungothed. And then we kind of see them as they are. And fun fact, they actually, when they did that, recycled an old design that was just never used. In fact, in Redonkulous Race, we saw a few instances where they used old character design or a beta character design that just never made it into the show. And Ennui, when he was, de-gothed, was that character.
Interesting.
Yeah, but they were strong. They were a strong duo. Even when there was one part where he was like, "Hey, there's a part where we can stay in a coffin." Yeah, I kind of want to take a time penalty and just like stay in it longer.
Yeah.
And they still didn't get eliminated that episode. They were a force to be reckoned with, and they only kind of get eliminated because they got a rabbit that him and his girlfriend adopted. Kind of similar to Duncan, but it was different in a sense where, it was their rabbit.
Yeah.
And it got left behind because the villains of this season, pretty much took him away and like hit him and stuff like that. And so Ennui and Crimson, couldn't leave the bunny behind. So they had to find it and get eliminated as a result.
Yeah. Yeah, they were pretty good. Honestly, when I was watching the season, I thought that they might have won the season, like because they were killing it. It felt like they would only get bad placements because they would do stupid things like that where they really wanted to do something where they're just in a coffin for the whole time, or they're going off to find their rabbits. Those were really the only times that it felt like they weren't doing very well. I think they got a few firsts, maybe, or at least like second or third. So
Oh yeah, they were challenge beasts in that.
yeah, exactly. So we'll see if Ennui can bring some of that challenge performance, or if he's I think he's gonna be great in endurance challenges. I feel
Oh,
like he could
definitely.
totally just do like that one where you're just like hanging off for a long time. I feel like he would be great at that. He thinks he's like a bat or something.
Yeah, he's gonna crush it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we'll see how he does.
All right. Next up, we got from Total Drama Pacateo Island, one of the best characters on the show. We have Jasmine. Now, Jasmine is this Amazonian lady. She loves the outdoors and wilderness. She's a pretty tall woman. And she is someone where she gets insecure because she is taller than a lot of other people, and then she feels like other people are intimidated by that. But she was one of the best parts of that season. She had this showmance with Sean, and they both were like survivalists and stuff, so it was kind of cool to see that dynamic. She was pretty good in challenges, and she's strong. There was a log that she got stuck in, and we're talking like a big wooden long log, and she was able to lift it up and walk with it slowly, but she was able to do that. um she stood up for what was right, and she was very aware a lot of the times. And yeah, I think she was one of the better parts in a very lackluster season. I
Yeah,
feel.
agreed. Yeah, I think that for that season, I think Jasmine and Sean were probably they were the like I'll say I guess the golden turd almost, where it's like the whole season was this turd, and they were the gold part that made it at least like like okay, we can I can bear through the rest of this because at least their relationship is something that's worth like worth at least seeing the end of.
Yeah, yeah. Because let's talk about Pacateo Island for a little bit. One, there was a bit of subversion of expectations that they were trying to do with it, but there was a lot of people on this cast that were kind of, I don't want to say unlikable, but we didn't really want to root for them.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, there were some characters that I thought were cool, like obviously these two. As I said, I think Sammy she had a nice little arc, and I did like Ella as well. And Sky was cool for what she was, but I don't feel like she got as fleshed
Yeah.
out as she could have been.
Her problem was that she gets paired with Dave, who I think is one of the least likable people in the entire full drama universe. So it's very unfortunate for her, I think.
Yeah, Dave, I don't know, like I wanted to like Dave a little bit because that script kind of got leaked and he did seem like someone where, oh, he is a he's someone that's kind of like the crazy season, like he's like the normal ones was like, guys, this is ludicrous.
Yeah,
But he got very, very whiny,
yeah,
and then he got too emotional, weird. He got attached to
yeah,
Sky in a not healthy way.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was like them basically making fun of incels almost of it's not going great for his that relationship, so he freaks out and starts blaming her for all the problems.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
not great. I
he's a
I
he's a
like
fake nice guy.
Yeah, and then also in the scene, I liked Max ironically because I thought he was so stupid that there was a part of me liked him, but like not like me actually saying, "Wow, he's a great character."
Yeah.
It was an ironic attachment, I think.
Max was weird. I liked Scarlet better, but Scarlet was like
Yeah. Well,
I,
I think it would have been good if she didn't. I think their boot episode where they just say, "You know what, you guys are just evil. Get out of here." Uh,
yeah.
I think that was terrible. I would have much preferred uh to at least if they went out back to back episodes that would be fine. Like if it was like them actually voting them out or something. Um,
Yeah.
but the fact where it was just kind of like, well, they're like taking over the show now for some reason. And now oh you guys failed. Okay, get out of here. It was kind of like what?
Yeah.
This was not even the show at this point. They just had to get rid of these characters, I guess, and they didn't want to vote them out.
Yeah. Yeah. But circle back, Jasmine, one of the best parts of it.
Yeah,
And it is unfortunate that she did get lumped in that season, but
yeah,
um,
it happens.
who knows? Who knows what future may have in the total drama universe?
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe they'll do a uh couples that are still together, and we can see Jasmine and Sean. They've been living in a bunker for the last 15 years.
I would think Sean would get past his zombie thing a little bit, but I think like Sean would mellow out when he got older.
Maybe. I mean, I feel like that's a huge part of the character, I think he's you gotta always be ready. If when you let your guard down, that's when it happens.
That's fair. Fair assessment.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on now to someone from Revenge Island, one of the winners of the season. We got Lightning, who is the pompous jock who he's pretty much a challenge beast, is always one of the top two in a challenge. And yeah, he's very cocky. He pretty much thinks that everyone else is worse than him at almost everything. And is always trying to be the one to be in the hero role. Which ironically it kind of makes him a villain because he's always doing things that maybe he shouldn't be doing. Maybe he should let someone else do puzzles or something. But he's like, no,
Yeah.
I got it. And he's just gonna like, you know, really try hard to get those pieces in. But yeah, he's not smart, but he's a meathead. So if they can just manage to convince him like, hey, just do these physical parts, I think he'll be really good, especially in this pre-merge section.
Yeah. Also, doesn't have Scott to flip throw challenges. That was another thing that made Lightning very frustrating because of Scott's meddling in challenges. Lightning was just like, why am I always losing? I'm not a loser and stuff like that. And yeah, in America, he was the winner of that. I don't know. He was entertaining. I do think, especially to kind of round up the kind of characters we have, he was a good choice. I'm glad he got eliminated early in what was it?
All stars.
All Stars. Because they kind of did all they could really with him. He
Yeah.
was kind of a two-dimensional character. I mean, like they did mention stuff like, oh, he has to win because his father's a champion, so he has to be a champion.
Mm-hmm.
But he was supposed to be like the meathead villain that wasn't supposed to be that complex.
Yeah.
I do think he did add a lot to Revenge of the Island, but wasn't one of my favorites. But not because I think he was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I think yeah, I mean I enjoy when he totally just messes up his team by getting in the way by thinking that he can do better than when clearly someone else is like, hey, I can do this. Look at me, I got this really good skill, and he just pushes them to the side. I do enjoy that element just because it's so dumb.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
No,
no.
the dude's an airhead.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I needed to also bring kind of a villain for this tribe. So yeah, that's why I brought him.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, next up, someone else from the Redonkulous race. We got MacArthur, who yeah, she's pretty much this loud, obnoxious police cadet who is one of the winners of the season of Redonkulous race. And yeah, she's almost like a female Owen in some regards. Like she's,
Yeah.
she has some of the. I think Owen goes more extreme more often, but she has some of the some Owen tendencies. Where she farts as well. She can have those kind of moments. But yeah, I think she has almost a level of potential villain elements to her as well, especially with how she treats her partner Standers of
Yes.
always talking down on her. So yeah.
No, I think like MacArthur was a great addition to the Redonkulous race. She was also very driven and like, she does what it takes to win as well. She also had a bit of a showmance with Jeff's partner Brody. And, it was also in the sense of like, body type representation, stuff like that, showing, a plus size woman being in a like, relationship with a hot guy, that was a big plus for just representation in that regard as well. Um, and she provided a lot of laughs on the show. She even teams up with the villains at some points, even if it's like enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was definitely one of the best parts of the Redonkulous race in a very great season, just in general. I may or may not be wrong, but I think she is one of the only people from that to appear in Total Drama Rama. They had a baby version of MacArthur in
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think I know of any others. Yet again, haven't really seen much. I've only seen the like trailers pretty much and like one episode.
I haven't you've seen more than me. I've never bothered to watch one episode.
I I
I've
don't think
seen
I
the
finished. I think I started it and was like, who is this for? Tell me who this show is for, because Total Drama at this point, it was designed for preteens when it first came out. And then
yeah.
by the time Total Drama Rama came out, they're like, now we're targeting for kids who have not seen the show probably.
No.
What?
What's she gonna do? What's she gonna do? But it says a lot about her and Jude was who was from 16, which is another made by the same, Canadian animation studio. Um, were the only two that were non-total drama people to make it into it. Um, so it says a lot about MacArthur and how great of a character she was.
Exactly. So yeah, we'll see. I wonder if she's going to try to make someone her standards. It'd be funny if she gets lightning and talks down lightning and belittles him throughout the season.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, next up, we have another great character from Revenge of the Island. He also is a finalist in All Stars. We have Mike. Now, Mike, also known as multiple personality Mike suffers from the now correct term is dissociative identity disorder. And basically, he has different identities. So if you guys ever saw Moon Knight, that's basically what Mike has. And so he has these different characters that, live in his head, different identities. And they're triggered by his surroundings, basically. Like if he's frustrated, he turns into an old man and starts to talk like this. Um, if there's something physical, he will turn into this one lady called Svetlana, and he will, do any acrobatics and whatnot.
Mhm.
If it's adventurous, he turns into an Aussie, and he's like, "All right, we're gonna do this." If he puts on a fedora, he also has a personality for that's basically a Jersey Shore knockoff in a season where there was already a Snooki knockoff in this. And basically, if his shirt came off, he would turn into the Italian Jersey Shore stereotype. He's like, yo, I'm Vito, and he talks like this and stuff like that. And then his final personality is the main villain in Total Drama All Stars. And while it could have been interesting how that all played out, it
Yeah.
just took too much of the season up.
Yeah.
And though Mal was a pretty vindictive villain, uh, that's the downside of All Stars. It did. But while I did like Mal and what element that brought, I did think that it just became the Mal show. But
Yeah, I think the character of Mal would have been fine as the villain that goes out around 4 or 5. It could have been a huge part, but I don't think it should have been the villain that goes all the way to the very end of the season. Like that's just way too much. That's not really and yeah, they needed, I think, a whole extra 13 more episodes to actually make the character work. I think that there's just a way there just wasn't the time in the season to actually give it. Yeah, they had to basically take away time from everyone else to get
yeah,
the storyline that I think wasn't even necessarily amazing from the get-go. I think that it could have potentially been there, but it was not needed of the full season.
yeah. I mean, there were moments of it I liked, but besides all that, Mike, he's a very positive guy. He is ashamed and tries to hide his disorder from people, and he gets into a showmance with Zoe, and they were kind of like the main couple of that season, and I liked it. I thought it was cute. But Mike is a pretty, he's a loyal guy. He does at the end, get all the abilities of his different identities and is able to just become an overall well-rounded contestant. I
Mhm.
will say how he loses the in the alternate take where he loses and Zoe wins. I find it kind of weird how he loses, where he just taunts Chef with the meatball gun, and it just kind of seems slightly out of character. And
Yeah,
then Zoe wins as a result, as opposed to, yeah, I don't know. It just felt out of place to me. But
yeah.
overall, thought Mike was a great guy.
Yeah, I enjoyed him on his original season. I will say that. I was actually shocked when I thought he was winning. I thought we were going to get the Mike Zoe in Revenge of the Island.
Here's
Uh,
the only reason why I didn't think that was going to happen.
Mhm.
So when they Total Drama did this thing with the audition tapes, and each season they did and showed the audition tapes, there were two people that were always left out, and those were the winners, except for Revenge of the Island, where they were basically it was recycled audio from the very first episode.
Mhm.
Um, so like that already cut Mike out. And I think in a preview it showed him absent from the group when it was like the merge time. So that also kind of spoiled his demise as well.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think Mike and Zoe were probably definitely one of the strong points of Revenge of the Island.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Okay.
All right, next up, we got Ryan, and this Ryan is not this Ryan. This Ryan is like the complete opposite of me. You know, he's a big, big guy, very muscular. He is from the Redonkulous race, and he basically went in with his, girlfriend, and they broke up during the season, and they were still like contestants in it. And so basically, it turned into this whole thing of like, oh, I might throw the challenge just to irritate you, or oh, I might do this just to irritate. And it was a fun like back and forth throughout it.
Mhm.
Um, and I feel like Ryan was, like a fun, like that dynamic was really great, and I think he was also a big highlight of Ridiculous Race. Also, there was a character named Ryan, so I had to bring him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed the turn when they went from daters to haters.
Yeah.
That was definitely a fun twist there. So so yeah, I think I'm excited to see how Ryan does here. Always rooting for the Ryans whenever they're
Though
on.
they don't always do too well.
No, there's actually a really bad track record, I feel, of the Ryans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except for you, you've won.
I've won once, but like I wouldn't say I'm one of the most consistently well playing characters.
Yeah, yeah. You're either doing really good or you're going out right before the merge.
Or I mean, there was one where I was like eliminated like third, basically.
Yeah.
Uh Anywho. But yeah, we'll see what fate has in store for this Ryan.
Yeah, we will see. We will see. Okay, moving on. We talked a little bit about him already, but we got Sean, who is from Pocketou Island, and yeah, he's basically a zombie survivalist who's trying to prep for when that happens. And it originally endears Jasmine to him because she thinks, oh, he's so silly, like he's
Yeah.
but then she ends up realizing, oh, he actually like believes that. And it almost causes a bit of a rift, but they're able to kind of still able to work with each other and kind of almost, hit a middle ground, which is pretty mature for both of them, especially since they are, teenagers at this point. Um, but yeah, no, I enjoyed him. I think that these were the two characters from Pocket Island that were like I wish they were on a different season or had different people surrounding them.
Yeah.
um,
It's for Redonkulous Race, instead of bringing these two back, they decided to bring Leonard the Wizard as a first boot elimination.
yeah, the second we saw Leonard, we're like, okay, well, he's going out. It's like now.
It was like I was kind of hoping,
Yeah.
you know.
They just like what a
And this is coming
character.
from a D&D guy, but like it's not
He,
great D&D representation. Like he
no,
was like,
no.
it felt like they took someone what the unproved. Uh, we need to do more total drama stuff and like talk about some of the characters because I know that's obviously part of what we're doing here.
Yeah,
Oh my, we've been recording for some time.
yeah. We're already over an hour and like an hour in basically, and we have
Because
yet
we're
to
also
cover.
kind of giving our thought. This is the first time we're really talking about total drama on the
Yeah,
channel.
yeah,
So I think maybe we should mix in some total drama and later on because it is very Survivor related. Just putting that out there. But Yeah. Getting back to the point, Sean was undeniably the best character. And fun fact, so back when I had longer hair, I actually looked a lot like Sean, minus the peach fuzz. Like my hair, it does this thing sometimes where it'll spike out if it gets long. And
Mm.
so, legit, when this show was coming out, I had the same thing, and I'm like, oh my God, this is literally me. I did enjoy The Walking Dead and stuff like that. So, had that zombie thing. I know I said that I relate to Cody and Noah a lot, but Sean, yeah, I feel like high school Ryan is a lot like Sean in
Mm.
those regards. But also, it was kind of nice seeing because fun fact about Pacateo Island, the script of the very first episode got leaked online, or the drawing boards of it, basically. And he was someone where he was different and stuff like that. He seemed a little goofy and stuff, but like he seemed pretty cool. And yeah, it was getting. He could have easily been a character that went out pre-merge and stuff, but they gave him such depth that I think in an earlier season they may not have. So I think it was pretty cool what they did with him in that.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we'll see how he does. They're on an island, so he's gonna have to be very aware of if zombies are coming in on him. The video game Dead Island 2 just came out recently, so maybe he knows about all that, and he's gonna be extra careful.
Yeah, it's fresh in his brain. It's fresh
Yeah.
in his brain.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah. We'll now talk about the last person here. We got Zoe, who is love interest with Mike, and is pretty much just a total badass on both seasons that she was a part of. One of the
Mhm.
winners or one of the finalists of All Stars, and yeah, someone who I makes really far in Revenge Island. And I did think she would have been a very worthy winner of that season as well. Comes up just a little bit short, unfortunately. But yeah, no, she's just an overall badass. That she's almost like they made a new version of Gwen. That's how I've almost kind of seen
Yeah,
she came out. Was she's like a redone Gwen?
yeah. And like, and I think one of the things we're talking about character development, like in the beginning of the season, so there was always this like thing where she would get in danger, and whatever identity Mike had at the time, he would snap out of it to save Zoe. So much so that Cameron, who we didn't have on here because of space, because like I feel like I was debating putting Cameron on here as well, but I had too many nerds already. But like was even doing that to kind of help him with his dissociative identity disorder. Um, and yeah, so like there was a moment where she gets pushed too far by one, Mike getting eliminated, and then also Chef Hatchet taking a challenge too far, and then she goes full on Rambo, and
Yeah.
then she just goes beast mode for the rest of that season. Um, but her challenge prowess and everything carried over to the next one. And yeah, uh, I will say Mal kind of was like pushing and letting her win and like trying to really help her win so she gets a false sense of confidence. But I think Zoe is such a challenge beast that she didn't totally need that to begin with,
Mhm.
but it just kind of happened.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm rooting for Zoe. I think she's a good addition here, and yeah, that wraps it up here for our analysis. Let's do our top three for each tribe, starting with the OG tribe.
This is tough. It's going to be tough for both tribes. I'm being very honest here.
Yeah,
I think I am going with Cody, Noah, and Gwen, and honorable mention to Alejandro, Duncan, and Lashana.
nice, nice. Yeah, I think I'm going Courtney, Owen, and Gwen with I'd say honorable mention to Alejandro and Duncan as well. So yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And what are your thoughts on New School or New Era?
The new era, I would probably go Emma, Zoe, and I'll say MacArthur. I'll say Emma, Zoe, MacArthur.
I'm gonna go with Dawn. Uh, this is tough because I feel like this is a little bit close. Dawn is a lock in. So is Sean. And then it's tricky. I'm gonna say Don, Sean, Mike, and in honorable mention is Ennui, Jasmine, Ryan, and Zoe.
Yeah, like everyone else, pretty much.
Yeah, it's like this is like a really good team. Like, uh I mean, with the amount of characters that are in total drama and narrowing it down to 20 was hard. I mean,
Yeah,
hell, we had a little bit of a sigh of relief where, yeah, we didn't feel obligated to bring Heather because she was already a big name on our channel anyways.
yeah.
But still, like, having to choose more people was so challenging.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that does it here for this preview. We're gonna get into the season now. By the way, we're doing Island of the Idols. Um,
Ooh. Oh, I'm excited to see who the idols are. I'm guessing one of them is Heather.
oh, we'll see, we'll see.
Uh, all right, I'm excited. For those who don't know, Joe is the one that makes these simulations. This is on his laptop, so you know he usually is the one that sets up everything
Yeah,
and
yeah.
chooses.
Whenever there's especially like a Island of the Idols, I'm the one who just kind of picks people who I think would make sense for them to be in that situation. So yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
Oh,
think
this
of.
guy has no alliances at the beginning of the game.
I'm gonna write down my predictions of people based on. I don't know if you have a good poker face or not, so I don't know if Heather is actually it. But
I'm guessing you're going to be completely wrong.
well, if you said, then again, I don't know if that's a mind game either. This here's the thing: I'm terrible at predicting people.
uh,
Um, as I've been learning very much recently playing competitive Pokemon, like I'm the worst at predicting people. But anywho, I have written down the two people that I think it's going to be.
okay,
Anywho,
so
proceed.
okay, no alliances at all in the game so far. First immunity challenge, and the OG tribe wins immunity. They also win Flints.
Nice,
And
nice.
now we are going to Camp Wawanakwa, where we got Chef Hatchet and Chris McLean.
Yeah, I'm a dumbass. I put down Heather and Scott. I'm like, that also makes a lot of sense too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're the hosts. Give them.
Yeah,
There's two spots available.
makes sense.
So
And Dawn,
Don
Dawn
arrives.
arrives.
Okay, Don must defeat Chris in a fire making challenge.
You got this, Dawn.
And Dawn loses and has lost her vote at this next tribal council.
Why does life hate me so much?
Okay. Alejandro and Cody have a small fight, and
Oh,
Courtney and Duncan have a major fight.
oh
Uh-oh.
no.
Cody and Izzy bond strongly.
Nice.
Okay. Emma finds the new era tribe hidden immunity idol. So good on
Okay.
her. And MacArthur has a major meltdown.
We didn't get too much information.
Yeah. I mean,
MacArthur was
seeming
not
like
one
a
of the.
MacArthur or a Don.
It better. I don't want to lose anyone. I'll be honest. I'm gonna say either MacArthur, Lightning, or Emma because those were the people that I did not say prior.
Uh-huh. Okay. First vote goes to Don.
I swear to God.
You swear to Don?
I swear to God and Dawn.
Second vote goes to Nui. Ennui.
Ennui.
Yeah, I don't know why I said I just read it like it was.
Moon Girl, Ennui, Unui.
Third vote goes to Don. Fourth vote goes to Ennui. Fifth vote goes to Don. Sixth vote goes to Ennui. 7 votes goes to Don. 8th vote goes to Ennui. 1 vote left. And Ennui is voted out.
I'm glad Dawn is here. It really sucks losing Ennui, but like
Wow. So Emma, Jasmine, Lightning, Ryan, and Zoe voted Ennui. And Ennui, MacArthur, Mike, and Sean voted Dawn. So luckily Dawn losing her vote didn't matter.
that is good.
So yeah. Okay. And Gwen finds the OG tribe hidden immunity idol.
Nice.
Good on her. Good on her. Okay. Izzy arrives and the lesson is paying attention.
Oh hell no.
Izzy must answer
Oh
4 out of 5 questions correctly about the personal life of Chef.
oh no. If she actually gets this right, I'm gonna call bullcrap.
She decides to play. And Izzy wins an idol for the good for the next 2 rivals.
My God.
And the OG tribe wins immunity. They also win a cooking kit and spices. Cody is impressing the rest of the team.
Good on him.
Izzy and Noah have a major fights.
Stop fighting, guys. Like, come on.
And we got a new alliance forming between Cody and Izzy.
Nice.
And Alejandro works hard at camp and becomes tired. And Izzy is injured but gets treated and can stay in the game.
Well, that's good. I think.
And Emma and Jasmine bond strongly. That's all we're getting.
And we don't even know. So who was wrong in the vote? Well, Dawn didn't get a vote.
Yeah.
But because she was on.
She would have been voting for Ennui.
Yeah. So whoever was against Ennui will probably be a target.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna say I forgot who that was, so I'm just gonna I guess make a random guess. Um, I'm I'm gonna say Lightning is gonna be in some trouble here. No reason.
I'm gonna say MacArthur.
Okay. Emma uses the hidden immunity idol.
Was it in vain?
Vote goes to Emma, does not count. Second vote goes to Emma, does not count. Third vote goes to Emma, does not count. Fourth vote goes to Emma, does not count. Fifth vote goes to Emma, does not count.
I'm so
Sixth vote
nervous.
goes to Emma, does not count. Seventh vote goes to MacArthur. And MacArthur is voted out.
Damn.
Wow. Okay, so Dawn, Lightning, MacArthur, Ryan, Sean, and Zoe voted Emma. Emma, Jasmine, and Mike voting MacArthur.
All right, so we have this small little band of peeps.
Yeah, also, that is 2 redonkulous race people going out back to back.
They really don't.
And Emma was targeted as one too, so it has really been.
Oh no! Like Ryan, Emma, be afraid.
Yeah, be very afraid. Okay. No, nothing going on here. And Jasmine arrived, and the
Yeah.
lesson is staying calm under pressure.
She got this.
Yeah, she just got to sneak into other camp and light a torch. Yeah, okay. She decides to play and win. Okay, and I'll go for the next tribal council.
Can New Era win this one?
They do. They finally get to be safe for once.
Good on them.
They win comfort items and tarp.
All right. What is happening here?
Bridget and Owen bond strongly.
Nice.
Noah is impressing the rest of the team. Courtney and Lashana bond strongly. And Gwen joins the alliance with Cody and Izzy. I guarantee you, Cody was like, "Come on, can we please get Gwen in here? I think Gwen will really be good for our alliance. I think if we get Gwen in, it's going to be great."
Him and his simp ways. But if it gets him if it gets him
Zoe has found the new Era Tribe Hidden Immunity Idol.
nice.
Good on her. Good on her. Lightning and Mike have a minor disagreement. Okay. Who is going to be the first OG Tri member to go home? Um, I am going to say Alejandro.
We haven't really heard too much from him, so
I saw he had a disagreement with someone in one of the previous episodes, so
I'm gonna say that or Bridget.
okay. Gwen uses the hidden immunity idol. First vote goes to Owen. She misplays it.
Oh no.
Second vote goes to Owen. Third vote goes to Duncan. Fourth vote goes to Duncan. Okay, Duncan, you got to go, man. Fifth vote goes to Owen. Sixth vote goes to Owen.
Oh no.
Seventh vote goes to Owen.
Dude, I'm so sorry.
Eighth vote goes to Duncan, but it doesn't matter. Oh.
I'm sorry, man.
Okay, the season is now officially ruined. It is ruined.
I'm sorry.
So Alejandro, Cody, Duncan, Gwen, Izzy, Lashana, and Noah voted Owen. Bridget, Courtney, and Owen voted Duncan. Izzy, come on. You guys dated.
She just didn't want that. She didn't want to deal with she saw how bad it went with you know, Trent and Gwen and then, Courtney and Duncan. Like she didn't want any of that business.
You could have made it work.
Alas.
Could have used the idol on him. Just saying. Could have done it.
Yeah. Go for buddies.
Okay. Courtney arrived and the lesson is persuasion.
I
Somebody's
don't
kind of
know.
working out perfectly.
I don't know. I feel like she has a leadership role, but at the same time, people get tired of her crap.
Yeah,
So
I
I
think
can
that's
see
why
this go either way.
this is great for the drama. Like if this was actually something that they would totally be like, let's have Courtney get this because she's going to insist so hard that it annoys everyone.
Yeah.
Um, but she does not play, so she doesn't even want to be a part of it. She just says, screw that. Okay, and the OG tribe wins immunity. They also win baked goods and caffeinated beverages. Gwen and Izzy have a minor disagreement. As Izzy leaves the alliance, oh my god, did Izzy was she the wingman for Cody? She
I
created
think,
a lion to
or
get
maybe
him.
Cody was just too gaga for Gwen, and then she's like,
Yeah.
no, screw
Yeah.
this. I'm
Uh,
not joining your harem, Cody.
yeah, he thinks he's in an anime right now where you can just get he's trying to collect a harem. Uh, okay, Duncan rest. Emma and Mike find something in common as a new alliance forms between Dawn, Emma, Jasmine, Lightning, Mike, and Zoe.
All right, so Sean and Ryan are not in this.
Yeah, got to be really scared for Ryan because they have not liked the redonkulous race people so far.
Nope. And since the idol is on Zoe's side, they don't even have that either.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna sadly have to say that it's probably gonna be Ryan.
yeah, yeah, same. First vote goes to Sean. Second vote goes to Ryan. Third vote goes to Ryan. Fourth vote goes to Sean. Fifth vote goes to Ryan. Sixth vote goes to Sean. Seventh vote goes to Ryan. One vote left. And it's Sean. We are tied between Sean and Ryan.
All right. So
They split the vote.
revotes, they would be. I don't want to say they go to Rocks because I feel that's just so stupid right now. They're not even an opposing alliance, so
Yeah,
don't do this.
I think this was they clearly were like these two are the ones on the out. Let's just split the votes between them and then decide on a revote.
Yeah. All right. It's
Yeah.
one of these two.
First vote goes to Ryan. Second vote goes to Ryan. Third vote goes to Ryan.
Damn.
And Ryan just voted out.
They just hated the redonkulous race people. They were like, this is a
Yeah.
total drama simulator. You spit off butts.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is kind of been crazy. This pretty much destruction. Now it's just Emma.
Even oh well, if we're talking about people who have appeared on it,
Yeah.
Noah as well is on it because Owen was on the redonkulous race as well.
Yeah.
It is a conspiracy. It is an evil plot that
If we lose Noah
everyone
or Emma
disagreed
next,
on.
if we lose Noah or Emma next.
Evil.
Okay, we got our new tribe. We got Alejandro, Cody, Don, Emma, Izzy, Lashana, Mike, and Noah on the same tribe. So Noah and Emma will be able to mingle here.
Yep, and they're in that alliance, so that can
Yeah.
help.
And then the new era tribe is Bridget, Courtney, Duncan, Gwen, and Jasmine, Lightning, Sean, and Zoe.
All right, so we have the love triangle on that end.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, so it's OGs in control in the OG tribe and a split on the new era tribe. So it could go either way over here.
Well, Sean was on the out, so he
Yeah.
could kind of go over to the OGs.
Yeah. True to true. Okay. And here, let's see. Reward. The OG tribe wins reward. They win a fajita meal provided by Applebee's, including desserts and drinks.
Applebee's, let's go.
Yeah, yeah. Who's the Christmas here? Whose favorite restaurant is Applebee's?
Izzy, because she's crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say Izzy too. Yeah, no, it's probably just like whoopee Applebee's. I'm so glad to get a eat the most disgusting food fast food chain or I mean a sit down restaurant chain out there. Woo. And the OG tribe wins immunity.
New era is just not. It doesn't matter who's on the roster. It's like
Yeah,
that's just a cursed tribe.
yeah, which means we will lose someone that's not from the ranunculus race.
Ryan. Oh wait, no. Yeah. Yeah, we won't.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan got eliminated.
Mike finds the OG tribe hidden immunity idol.
Nice.
And Alejandro and Emma bond strongly.
Oh no.
And Dawn leaves the new Era Tribe alliance. And Alejandro had formed an alliance with Emma. Oh no. Noah.
He's going after Noah's girl. That is messed up.
Uh-oh.
On the same tribe.
Yeah. Yeah, he is bonded with her and he is stealing her right out from under him.
Oh damn.
Well, and nothing happened over here, so
It's a really tough. I can see Sean flipping on his new era tribe.
yeah. I could also see Jasmine using that temporary idol though, and potentially taking out someone from the OGs.
There's only one way to find out, man.
Yeah. Jasmine uses the idol. First vote, okay, played it wrong. First vote goes to Duncan. Second vote goes to Bridget. Third vote goes to Duncan. Fourth vote goes to Duncan. Fifth vote goes to Bridget. Sixth vote goes to Duncan. And Duncan has been taken out. Probably
Damn.
the earliest this is by far the earliest he's ever left a season.
Nope.
Duncan
I
and
mean,
Gwen.
like,
Look at that.
well, wow. Duncan and Gwen try
Yeah,
to make it to the end. I mean, he was kind of eliminated. Well, he was absent for like the first half of
overall two.
World Tour, but
Yeah,
that kind of doesn't count because like
yeah.
he
I,
came
I
back.
still, yeah, I still count if someone appears later and is in the game. Like I still consider Owen as technically the third place finisher of action, even though he gets eliminated early. He comes back and then just kind of like he's still playing the game, but he's just they weren't gonna let him win.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. Let's see who wins reward. Alejandro sits out of the challenge for the OG tribe, and the OG tribe wins reward. They win chicken. Didn't even need Alejandro for it. And now Alejandro gets to go with to the Camp Wabanakwa for the lesson of courage.
Oh, he's got this.
Is he courageous enough? He decides to play.
All
And the
right,
Uzi tribe wins immunity again.
man.
But he does not find the vote blocker.
Oh, damn.
Yikes.
Does he lose a vote as a result?
He does.
Oh, dang.
That's
I
not
mean,
good.
this is the last one before jury, so at least he's making jury.
Yeah. Mike has a major meltdown.
Uh-oh. Mal is back.
And Zoe leaves it. Wow, this new era alliance is just
One
getting,
by one.
yeah. And a new alliance formed between Cody, Izzy, and Lashana.
I just realized how many of the Screaming Gophers we brought into this.
Yeah, they were. I'll just be honest. They were the best tribe. They were good. They were the better one.
Yeah. It's I think
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Cody's harem is growing. He's got Gwen and Izzy and Lashana now.
We're gonna get I know we don't monetize our videos, we're not there yet. But I could just imagine the amount of demonetization we would get for this.
Yeah.
The Harem Alliance. We had the thruple, now we have the harem.
uh, okay. Well, Sean and Zoe find something in common. Sean is impressing the rest of the team. Courtney and Zoe bond slightly. That's it. So good. That was some good stuff from Sean and Zoe, seeing their social game.
I think Gwen is going here.
I'm gonna say we're gonna lose Bridget. Her name was up a little bit. I could see them choosing her again. First vote goes to Courtney. Second vote goes to Zoe. Third vote goes to Zoe. Fourth vote goes to Courtney. Fifth vote goes to Zoe. Sixth vote goes to Courtney. One vote left. And Courtney
Dang.
misses out on the jury.
Oh my gosh.
Dang.
That's rather unfortunate.
Yeah. I guess she's gonna have a lot to talk about with Duncan at Ponderosa.
We'll see. Well, wait, she won't be at Ponderosa.
Well, they go to Ponderosa even if you're pre-merge.
Well, I mean, like in the sense where, but they clear it out for jury peeps.
Yeah, but they're gonna spend at least a day or two there.
Well, I mean, because, oh, wait, Duncan got eliminated. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I swear I'm paying attention.
I know you're asking about Ryan, if he's going out and now. uh okay. We'll see if the OG tribe can continue this dominance.
It looks like it.
Yeah. Or challenge. Okay. The OG tribe wins reward. They win pizza.
Nice.
Nice. And Alejandro arrives again with the lesson is calculating risks. Okay, in order to win a safety without power, Alejandro must complete an unknown challenge. He decides to play and wins the safety without power.
Nice.
But he did not want to lose 2 votes.
That would suck, especially since
He
he's going to the merge.
Yes, they are in the merge now. So congratulations, this tribe.
Yeah.
Okay. Alejandro and Lashana bond slightly. Lashana and Mike have a major fight.
Uh-oh.
Izzy and Noah bond slightly as the new airlines dissolves now. They're just done. And a
Uh,
new alliance formed between Alejandro, Don, Emma, Mike, and Noah.
all right. I really I dig this team. I feel it's pretty good. I
Yeah,
like this leads.
yeah, exactly. Interesting. Alejandro, Emma, and Noah in this alliance, even though Alejandro is making the move for Emma. So
Yeah, that could cause some conflict.
yeah. Lightning and Sean have minor disagreements, and Zoe is impressing the rest of the team.
I can see, well, I mean, with the team dissolving, the alliance, that could spell misfortune for one of them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like it could be Lightning, Sean, Bridger, Gwen. I feel like Jasmine and Zoe are pretty secure.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty accurate read. I could see them just sticking together, the new era people, just because I haven't seen too much of them necessarily vibing with Bridget and Gwen,
Yeah.
um, and but I could see because they did dissolve that maybe they want to make a move on what we just saw Lightning and Sean having that disagreement.
We'll see.
Um, First vote goes to Gwen. Second vote goes to Jasmine. Third vote goes to Gwen. Fourth vote goes to Gwen, and Gwen is
Yeah.
voted out. Come on.
Right before the merge.
Come on. That's so annoying.
Very.
I feel like I just lost like a lot of my favorite peeps in the pre-merge.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. I lost Courtney, I lost Gwen, I lost Owen.
Owen.
I lost Owen. I like Duncan too. I feel like the OG people have just that have gone have been like my favorites. So
Yeah.
uh, okay.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Well, at least she makes the jury.
Yeah. All right. Here
Okay.
we
What
are.
we got. Let's do a little assessment on people's games so far.
All right. I feel Alejandro is playing pretty solid game. Cody is playing a pretty solid game with his Harem Alliance.
Mhm.
Uh, I still think Dawn is doing well. Maybe not as big of an influence as other people, but she's still in there. She's doing stuff. Emma, I think she's going to be in for trouble because of the whole Alejandro and Emma thing and Noah.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. I feel like other than that, I feel Zoe still has her idol, so things are looking up for her. And I'd say that's kind of my assessment of everything right now.
Yeah, I think you pretty much hit all the key people so far. Everyone else hasn't really had I guess either a good story or a big move or something that really makes them stand out. So but people really started to stand out here at the merge, especially with these immunity challenges. So we'll see if anyone starts moving forward. We do have to remember Alejandro will not vote at this tribal right here. So
But with his safety without power, does that nullify it or
I think if he uses it, I think he still has to do a tribal with not voting. So I think if he uses it, that would just mean that he can't vote at the next one.
makes sense? I mean, like that's one thing where I'm like, is there a loophole here? Because
Um,
yeah,
okay, so here are the alliances in the game: Alejandro, Emma, Cody, Izzy, Lashana, and then the bigger one here with Alejandro, Don, Emma, Mike, and Noah.
it's a pyramid.
It is. And Izzy wins the first individual immunity.
Good honor.
Good on her. Good on her. Okay. Sean has a major meltdown. He is afraid of the zombies. They are
Yeah.
coming.
Alejandro is just like talking about The Walking Dead, stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's like, one person doesn't see probably trying to convince him that lightning is a zombie because he has no brains and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, interestingly enough, Jasmine has a major meltdown after seeing Sean have a major meltdown.
Don't do that.
Cody and Izzy bond slightly, and a new life
Cody is a player.
is living what he wanted Total Drama Island to be right now.
This is this. I don't know. Is this his main harem or his side harem?
Hey, you just need a harem. It doesn't matter who your main or side harem players are. You just need a harem.
Cody is living his best life on here.
I think Cody has already got himself an all-star spot just because of the alliance formed.
Oh my god. I don't know who's going home here. There's a lot of alliances and stuff, but one thing is for certain, Cody is the safest mofo in the world.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't know who goes home here. I'm uh I'll I'll just say that we're either losing Sean or Jasmine because they had those meltdowns.
We'll see. Yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm. And Izzy uses the idol on Cody.
The the player.
Oh my god. First one goes to Cody, does not count. Second one goes to Cody, does not count. Third one goes to Cody, does not count. Fourth one goes to Sean. Fifth one goes to Sean. Sixth one goes to Jasmine. Seventh vote goes to Sean. Eighth vote goes to Jasmine. Ninth vote goes to Jasmine. 10th vote goes to Jasmine. And Jasmine is voted out.
Man, can I just say that Cody has kind of taken a chapter from Alejandro's book
Yeah.
and just like became the giant flirt of the season. It's like,
Would have thunk.
you know, I appreciate it. Let the nerds get the girls.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So Bridget, Cody, Izzy, Lashana, Sean, and Zoe voted Jasmine. Dawn, Mike, and Noah voted Cody, and Emma, Jasmine, and Lightning voted Sean.
Hmm.
Okay. 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 Okay, group number one is Bridget, Dawn, Emma, Lightning, Sean, and Zoe. Group number two is Alejandro, Cody, Izzy, Lashana, Mike, and Noah. And that group wins reward. They win cheeseburgers, cookies, peanut butter, and beer. I don't know if we can give them beer because I don't think any of them are 21.
Well, I mean, in this timeline, let's say they're over 18. I think in Canada, the drinking age is 18.
That is actually, I do know that that's true actually because I knew some people who uh in Washington State would drive up to Canada to go to a bar real quick.
Which is, I'm kind of interested in Fiji. Is the legal drinking age under still like 21? Or like, I don't know, because they do say like, oh, for anyone under 21. So I'm like, is that like or is it because they're American company and stuff?
Yeah,
They don't
it
want
might be them just having to be safe and not let's
minors drink.
yeah.
Well, like that's that weird 3 years where you're like not necessarily a minor, but a minor when it comes to drinking.
Well,
Oh,
it looks
Izzy
like
loses.
Izzy has has learned a lesson in taking false opportunities
I'm,
and will not
I'm
be able to
thinking
go.
she's punching Chef in the face for that.
Yeah,
I just know.
I bet you Chef purposely made this that it had to be Izzy to go Like
Yeah.
he specifically made sure he waited until Izzy was walking out of the path was like, okay, there it goes. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's an advantage.
Oh my God.
And Mike and Izzy win immunity.
Nice.
Second immunity win for Izzy. Okay. And Alejandro and Lashana find something in common.
Alejandro's trying to work into that the
Yeah.
harem line. He's like, hey, lose the nerd, get with the real hot guy.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see if he can crack that alliance. But so it's looking like it's the majority alliance right now. It seems like it's got a lot of control. Okay, who are you thinking?
Stuff. There's a lot of alliances and stuff. I forget who, because like the votes were kind of split between Cody and Sean, so
Yeah,
I'm not sure where if they were just doing stuff for safety.
yeah, yeah. I could see Sean still taking votes here.
Yeah.
I could see maybe Dawn. I don't think she's in the Harem Alliance, so I could
No,
see.
she is in the Alejandro Don Noah alliance with Mike and
Got
yeah,
it.
who's the last one? That oh, and Emma.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna say Sean. Zoe uses the idol. First vote goes to Zoe, does not count. Second vote goes to Zoe, does not count. Third vote goes to Zoe, does not count. Fourth vote goes to Noah. Fifth vote goes to Sean. Sixth vote goes to Sean. Seventh vote goes to Sean. Eighth vote goes to Noah. Ninth vote goes to Noah.
Uh-oh.
10th vote goes to Noah.
Oh, fuck.
Whoa. Was this Alejandro
Alejandro's
trying to
doing?
take Noah out?
He was like,
Oh no, he did vote Sean. He did vote Sean.
huh.
Okay, so Bridget, Cody, Lashana, Sean, and Zoe voted Noah. Alejandro, Emma, and Lightning voted Sean, and Don, Mike, and Noah voted Zoe.
Mike, you're doing it against your boo.
I know.
All right. And
But
with that
okay.
being said, Emma is officially the last redonkulous race person left.
Yeah, that's true. So not it was not a good performance for the redonkulous race.
Nope. Well, I mean, Emma's still here.
Yeah, if Emma
Uh,
wins, then she can redeem it. But
yeah. Well, we're about to lose two peeps in this episode, so we'll see how this goes.
yes. Um,
I just see I just see Alejandro and Emma, and I'm just thinking he has all the bad intentions.
yep. Yeah, it's great. How many members are in Cody's alliance here? So we got one, two, three, four different
Or
girls.
poor ladies and himself.
Yeah. Okay. Team number one is Alejandro, Dawn, Emma, Izzy, Sean, and Zoe. Team number two is Bridget, Cody, Lashana, Lightning, and Mike. Lightning wins immunity, and Alejandro wins immunity and reward for his team.
All right.
Okay, good on them. Good on them. Nothing happened over here. That's interesting. And then Dawn and Emma have a minor disagreement.
Uh-oh.
Sean and Zoe bond strongly. Okay.
All right. So with Lightning immune and Mike having an idol,
It's
Cody
good
may be
to take out Cody.
it would be smart for them to take out Cody, but the harems.
Yeah, because wait, isn't Bridget and Lashana part of his harem?
Yes.
So that means
I
they're
don't think in the same harem, but
yeah.
two separate harems.
So they might target Mike here, and if Mike plays an idol, though,
Yeah, I think you take out Cody since he's the glue that's
yeah,
holding. it
Yeah.
all together.
Okay, Mike uses his idol.
No.
The harem will be broken up.
Oh no.
First vote goes to Mike. Does not count. Second vote goes to Mike. Does not count. Third vote goes to Mike. Does not count. Fourth vote goes to Mike. Does not count.
Who did Mike get rid of?
Lashana.
No.
Oh,
Dang.
wow. It wasn't Cody, but it did weaken Cody's grasp on the game, I'd say.
It definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Feel it I feel it's either Dawn, Emma, or Sean because there was a minor disagreement and Sean's it just keeps popping up,
Yeah,
basically.
I keep kind of thinking it's gonna be Sean's time. But also last redonkulous race person.
Yeah. I mean, Alejandro, Dawn, and Emma are in an alliance, so that's the one thing I say it's going besides the minor inconvenience or the minor thing.
Yeah. First vote goes to Emma. Second vote goes to Izzy. Third vote goes to Emma. Fourth vote goes to Sean. Fifth vote goes to Izzy. And sixth vote goes to Sean. We are tied in a 2-2-2 vote split.
This is where it gets crazy, people. One
Okay.
of these three is going home.
Well, I'm gonna keep saying Sean, I suppose.
I think Sean is the most likely.
Yeah. First vote goes to Izzy. Second vote goes to Sean. Third vote goes to Emma.
One vote
Wait,
left.
wait, no, that's it. The final vote counts.
Oh no.
So it's either Dawn or Zoe.
No! 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 No!
Oh,
I
wow.
swear.
Who would have thought that this would go down like this?
These never go down like this. I'm
No
gonna be so
one
mad.
no one wanted to flip. Okay. Who is getting rocked out?
I know who it is, but I'm just
It's Zoe.
God.
Dawn is still in the game.
Yay! I would have flipped out. I'm like,
Okay, how did this go down? Izzy and Zoe voted Emma. Dawn and Sean voted Izzy. Interesting how that's.
it rhymed.
Yeah, well, Izzy, Zoe, Dawn, Sean, and then there's Alejandro and Emma. So yeah, Zoe and Dawn were the one. Like, no, if just Zoe just said, "Screw it, let's take out Izzy."
Yeah, but it's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
All right, we're at a halfway mark. Do we want
Okay.
to?
Yeah. Let's do a little assessment.
I feel if I were to choose the the three kind of front runners, I would definitely say Alejandro, Cody, and I'm starting to see a bit more of like Izzy kind of like showing up here.
Yeah, she has two immunities on her belt.
Yeah. I do want to give credit to Sean for being kind of like an underdog. Like he keeps getting votes. He keeps stacking them up, but he is still here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think Emma also is the I think playing an under the radar game. Maybe
Yeah.
if she can take out maybe Alejandro near the end of the game, maybe she can kind of take a lot of the credits for that game. So yeah.
Yeah, and Don.
Yeah. Mike finds the Merge Tribe hidden immunity idol.
All right.
Okay, he's Mr. Idol Finder over here. Okay, lightning arrives, and the lesson is situational awareness.
He is the worst for this. He is the worst.
Lightning must correctly predict the person who will win the next immunity challenge. Is he gonna say himself?
Yeah, he should.
No, he's choosing Alejandro.
All right. He's like game recognizes game.
Yeah,
I'd say that's a safe bet.
yeah. Let's see if he is right. He is. Alejandro wins immunity and Lightning wins the temporary hidden immunity idol.
How many travels is it good for?
I think it's probably two. Good for the next two. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Dawn has a major meltdown.
Oh no.
Izzy is impressing the rest of the team. And Cody has a major meltdown.
Oh no. Wait, what? What's happening?
Dawn leaves the alliance of Alejandro, Emma, and Mike.
No. Don't do it.
And Alejandro were short of camp. Okay. Well, I mean, maybe Alejandro's going to start kicking people out until it's just him and Emma. Even with Noah
Don't let
gone,
Dawn go.
he's just twisting the knife into Noah's back.
Don't let.
Okay. No one stands. First vote goes to Cody. Second vote goes to Mike. Third vote goes to Mike. Fourth vote goes to Cody. Fifth vote goes to Mike. Sixth vote goes to Cody. Seventh vote goes to Mike. Eighth vote goes to Cody. One vote left.
Cody.
And Cody has been voted out.
No.
He's returning. I'll say it outright. He is 100% returning for All Stars.
This man is my inspiration.
he had a blast out here. Let's just be honest. It was a great time for him.
This, yeah. You know, this is his season.
Yeah.
Salute.
Yeah. If he didn't lose Lashana there, I think he would have been able to keep his numbers and probably dominate this game. But Alejandro, Dawn, Emma, Mike, and Sean voted Cody. Bridget, Cody, Izzy, and Lightning voted Mike. But yeah, just didn't have a big enough harem. That's
No.
what you're bringing for All Stars is a bigger
He
harem.
excluded Emma and Dawn, and that was like, no,
Yep.
include everyone.
Yeah, maybe this was Alejandro recognizing what Cody was doing, and he was like, "Okay, I just need to get a couple of the girls,
Yeah,
the game, so that way I can just squash the harem alliance." Okay. Well, now I feel like Alejandro and Emma have a lot of power in this game.
oh, definitely.
Okay. Emma and Mike are pair number one. Izzy and Sean, pair number two. Bridget, Dawn, pair number three. And Alejandro and Lightning is pair number four. That's a strong pair. And they win reward. Yeah. And they share it with Sean and Izzy.
You left out Dawn. How dare you?
Yeah. And no Emma.
Oh, that's not going to sit well.
Izzy wins her third individual immunity.
Noise.
Okay. Bridget and Mike bond strongly. And Mike is completely worn out, but is not giving up.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to say Sean again.
Sean's a safe answer. Or Sean is definitely a safe answer. I don't know. Dawn left that alliance last episode, so I do think she is vulnerable. I think Alejandro and Lightning are super tight now, even if they're not in like an official alliance.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to say it's either Dawn, Sean, or maybe Mike if he doesn't play his idol.
Yeah, we'll see. Alejandro is still with that safety without power. Still not using it. Lightning uses the idol. Okay, so he is safe. First vote goes to Lightning. Does not count. Second vote goes to Lightning. Does not count. Third vote goes to Lightning. Does not count. Fourth vote goes to Lightning. Does not count. Fifth vote goes to Lightning. Does not count. Mike,
Oh no.
he didn't play his idol, so he gets idled out.
Ah, what was he thinking?
Oh no.
He was playing a good game too.
Yeah. Yeah. That was he had already that was the second idol he had. He could have gone out and found another one.
Yeah, like come on. Dang, that is very unfortunate.
Yeah. Dawn, Izzy, and Lightning voted Mike. Alejandro, Bridget, Emma, Mike, and Sean voted Lightning. Okay.
All right. We
Before
still have representatives from each, kind of like era or season,
Mhm.
basically,
Yeah. Yes, that
which
is.
I'm glad we still have at this point.
Yeah, it seemed like Redonkulous Race was just going to get maybe pre-merged out of the game.
Yeah,
It was almost like the challenge. Whenever they try to bring new people in, it's always like they have to now be like the first people out of the game.
man.
Okay, last round to use the safety without power. So
So naturally he has
he's
to.
gonna use it.
I mean, if he wins immunity,
Yeah, then it'll just, I guess, not. Lightning wins reward and shares it with Bridget and Dawn. They win a trip to a spa. Okay. And Bridget arrives in Camp Wawanakwa. The lesson is jury management. Um, so in order to win a choice between an extra vote, an idol nullifier, and a hidden immune idol good for the following tribal council, which could not be played, Bridget must win a coin toss. That is, if you want to know how jury management works, flip a coin. And
yeah, that's not how that works.
yeah,
Like the advantages can give you
yeah,
stuff that can help you with the jury, but
yeah.
flipping a coin,
That is not the, yeah, Dean did not learn how jury management was because he won a coin toss.
no.
Yeah, and Bridget doesn't even want to play. She's like, I'm not betting my game at this point on a coin. And Lightning wins immunity.
All right. Does someone find the idol?
No. Dawn and Emma have a minor disagreement. Bridget is
All right.
addressing the rest of the team, and Emma and Sean have a minor disagreement. Yeah.
Emma's just kind of burning all the bridges.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
She needed to learn about jury management.
yeah. I'm gonna say
um,
either Emma or Sean because they just get.
yeah. I'm gonna say
Oh,
Emma, Dawn, or Sean.
I'm gonna say Emma because Alejandro is gonna use his safety without power most likely, and he's a vote for Emma.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Okay. We will see here. No one stands.
All
Oh,
right.
no, Alejandro uses the power. Okay, there. Yeah, he's gone. First vote goes to Dawn. Second vote goes to Sean. Third vote goes to Sean. Fourth vote goes to Sean. Fifth vote goes to Dawn. Sixth vote goes to Dawn. We are tied between Dawn and Sean.
Oh man, I'm nervous.
First vote goes to Sean. Second vote goes to Sean. Third vote goes to Dawn. One vote left. And Sean does go home here.
He has my respect.
Yeah.
His name has popped up so much.
Yeah.
And with Pacateo not really having anyone really except him and Jasmine, he did that season proud.
Yeah, yeah, he definitely was out here playing, so good on him. So Bridget, Emma, and Sean voted Dawn. Dawn, Izzy, and Lightning voted Sean, and then Emma, Izzy, and Lightning voted Sean, and then it was just Bridget vote Dawn.
All right.
Okay,
So this is the last one before finale.
Yeah, so let's see how this shakes down.
Yes!
Wow.
Yes!
Okay, well, Dawn finding that idol was pretty huge for her game.
Very
See
huge.
who wins immunity. Alejandro wins immunity. Okay, racking up those immunity wins. Bridget and Dawn bond slightly. Bridget and Lightning bond slightly. But then Bridget and Izzy have a minor disagreement, and it causes their alliance to dissolve as a new alliance forms between Alejandro, Emma, Izzy, and Lightning.
Oh, this is an anti-blonde alliance.
Yeah.
The anti-blonde alliance.
Yeah, Bridget and Dawn are being left out of this alliance.
Oh no. I feel now if Dawn plays her idol, because I feel like even though Bridget and Izzy, their alliance dissolved,
Mhm.
they could still be targeting Dawn, or like I feel like this could be playable. And with Dawn having the idol, she could play it now, especially since her name came up last time.
Mhm.
If she uses it on Bridget and then maybe gets one of the anti-blonde people out, we'll see.
Yes, yes, we will see. It's definitely looking like a Bridget Dawn, but if Dawn does get that idol play, it could be any one of these three.
We'll see.
Okay, Dawn uses the hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast against Dawn will not count. First vote goes to Dawn, does not count. Second vote goes to Dawn, does not count. Third vote goes to Bridget.
Oh, they split votes, didn't they?
Fourth vote goes to Izzy. Fifth vote goes to Bridget. And Izzy gets the other vote. Yeah, we are tied between Bridget and Izzy.
Yeah, that was a good strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, look at Brantsteele actually understanding strategy of this. I feel like they've been doing it.
Let's go to Rocks.
Yeah. Oh no. If they go to Rock, that's so dumb.
No, they're not. But no, that's Brantsteele's logic sometimes. Let's just go to Rocks.
Okay. Well, that's not happening because I mean we have the alliance of they're just gonna take out Bridget. First vote
Yeah,
goes to Bridget. Second vote goes to Izzy.
that's probably from Dawn.
Third vote goes to Izzy.
What?
Fourth vote goes to Bridget.
You guys are idiots.
We were just
Emma's,
complimenting you.
you guys are idiots.
Oh my god.
Either Lightning or Emma is going to go home because of this.
Oh, they
I
both were
can,
playing so good. They were
I
having
hope
great games.
it would be in character for Lightning to go, but
Yeah.
I really hope it's not Emma. No,
I
not
think
Emma.
I'm getting the feeling of Emma. She's been writing Alejandro's coattails. I think the Brantsteele editing was just trying to make us not get too attached to her here.
Oh my god.
And Emma, the game is spoken.
God dang it.
Brantsteele, you stupid idiot. So
Why? I mean, I'm glad that
Alejandro switched over to Bridget's. Emma switched over to Bridget's. And Lightning switched over to it was Lightning. Because he didn't stick with Bridget, he switched it over.
he took. Oh, I have to revote. I need to vote differently this time around.
Yeah, I already voted Bridget.
He was like, "Oh, well, I'm supposed to vote again, so okay, I'm switching my vote to Izzy."
Damn. Okay, well, I mean, they're still in control here.
Yeah, there is.
And Izzy finds the idol.
Yeah, so if Alejandro or Lightning win this, which they are, well, all three of them are comp beast.
Yeah. Yeah, this is really the challenge players who have been winning all the immunities.
No, it doesn't look good for the blondes, but
Yeah. Bridget wins immunity though, and
oh
wins
no,
steak dinner with vegetarian options. That's very good because she is vegetarian,
yeah,
and shares it with Lightning.
probably because Lightning is the most uh you know influenced.
Bridget has joined the alliance with Alejandro and the Lightning. That steak dinner has just gotten Bridget in with this alliance.
She turned on Dawn.
Yeah, which also, by the way, joining this alliance makes no sense because they're about to be the only four people in the game because Dawn's going home here.
Is it use your idol on Dawn?
She's not doing that.
Just do it.
Izzy uses the hidden immunity idol. She is safe. First vote goes to Izzy, does not count. Second vote goes to Dawn. Third vote goes to Dawn. And Dawn is voted out. Hey, she made it far. She made
I
it
know,
very far in this game.
but she made it to finale.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. By the way, we didn't do a assessment on the finale.
Well,
Who's winning now?
I feel like it's hard for Bridget to win this. I feel like Alejandro should win this. I feel an argument if Alejandro doesn't make the end, I feel it's either Izzy or Lightning.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels like Bridget is at most the third place goats in this game. Like I think
Yeah,
they're ceiling right now. Okay. Alejandro wins final immunity.
would he flex and give it up?
Part of me kind of hopes he does just for the entertainment value, but also I think he's played the best game. So I kind of want him to win.
Same.
Okay. Tribal Council. He grants safety to Izzy, putting Bridget and Lightning in the fire,
I,
which
on paper, Bridget should win this.
you think?
Do you really think Lightning would know how to start a fire?
Hey, he's been out there for 38 days. I feel like he's the kind of person who, if he wasn't, like, if he saw someone else do it, he would be like, screw you, I'm going to do this until I do it.
True. That is a good point. But I
Yeah.
don't think I don't think he's going to win this.
Yeah. Okay. We will see here. Lightning wins. Bridget is eliminated.
The anti-blonde brigade won.
Yeah. Yeah. They said, screw you, blondes.
All right.
Okay.
Alejandro's got to win this.
Yeah. Alejandro, Izzy, and Lightning. I think a good final three. I think they all played good games, but I think Alejandro was just in the center of everything and kind of controlling the vote like the whole game.
Yeah. Did his name even come up?
I don't think so. Um, okay, first vote goes to Lightning, and second vote goes to Izzy. Third vote goes to Alejandro. Fourth vote goes to Lightning. Fifth vote goes to Izzy. Sixth vote goes to Alejandro. Seventh vote goes to Lightning. Eighth vote goes to Izzy. Ninth vote goes to Alejandro. 10th vote goes to
Oh,
Izzy. 11th and final vote goes to Alejandro. We are tied between Alejandro and Izzy.
and Lightning has to choose, and I feel like it's going to be Alejandro.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's been closer to Alejandro. They've won that
Throw down.
challenge together, where they got paired together. And Lightning does vote for Alejandro in a very close vote. Alejandro is the winner of Total Drama Survivor.
Well earned. Well earned.
Well earned. Let's see who voted for who. Emma, Lashana, Mike, and Noah voted Alejandro. Cody, Dawn, Gwen, and Sean voted Izzy. Bridget, Jasmine, and Zoe voted Lightning. And yeah,
All right.
Izzy wins the fan favorite award. I think that's
I can see that.
yeah,
That's fair. Man, this was a lot of fun.
yeah. This was a chaotic season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I think Cody is definitely a potential person to bring back here. Obviously, Alejandro, Izzy, and Lightning, I think, did very well as well.
I
Dawn,
can Don as well. I think Emma and
Emma,
Sean are other good peeps to bring.
yeah,
We got a good we got good we got a good pull from this one.
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Okay, let's look at these other statistics. Challenge wins. Alejandro with the most challenge wins, um, tying with Izzy for immunities and having a little more for rewards. Most strategic, Lightning was the most strategic, followed by
What?
Bridget, then Alejandro.
That doesn't seem quite right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alejandro
yeah,
did not get any votes against him.
this is a great play.
Yeah. Nice.
All right.
Yeah, that does it here for this episode. I hope you guys like this. We're about to be doing more of these because Survivor is about to be over with the season. So, we're gonna be rushing out making a bunch more of this kind of content. So yeah, I guess we will see you next week though for it will be week 12. All right. I guess we'll have the week 11 recap probably happening a little bit after this one gets released before.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we'll figure that out. Don't worry, guys. We're not gonna skip an episode.
Yep. Yeah, we'll still do it. We might be a little bit after we had watched it, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it will definitely be out here.
All right. Well, anyways, comment down below who is your favorite total drama character. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Peace.
Audio.